February 13th, 2024 is a day Susan Akuru of Mongodewa village in the county of Busia will live to remember for a long time. On that dark Thursday morning, Susan witnessed her two sons, Paul Amukanga, aged 17, and his 15-year-old brother, Stanley Opidi, grabbed from home by the area chief and led to their deaths in the middle of River Lwakhakha by an angry mob that had crossed from the Ugandan side of the border. NTV's Oko Okusa reports on this family's agony that followed the Ugandans' claim that the teenagers had burned down 20 houses in a village there and hacked 7 cows to death.
In this disturbing amateur video captured on the fateful day, Paul and Stanley are seen surrounded by angry men wielding clubs, machetes, and other crude weapons. The two boys, hands tied from behind, look helplessly as their purported crime is read out to them by the men before they are hauled into River Lwakhakha, where the irate mob take turn to assault them in the full glare of both their relatives in Kenya and those from the Ugandan side. While the brutal killings were happening in the river, their mother Susan was at Moding police station looking for them.
Mimi sasa nilifikiria kwa akili yangu kufuata watoto wamewekwa wapi kwa polisi, niende niangalie watoto wangu. Hasa mimi akili ingine haikutokezea ya kusema kwamba walipeleka straight kwa chief akapeana watu wa Uganda.
It is her sister Beatrice Akisa who broke the devastating news of her son's brutal death in River Lwakhakha.
Huyo sasa nakuja akisema tu dadangu, acha nikuambie imeshatendeka. Watoto wameuawa. Wote nimekutana na gari kibeba watu nilishuka. Nikasema woi Mungu wangu, si wangenionyesha tu wameiba nini?
It is reported that after arresting the boys at their mother's home, the chief escorted them to the river where he handed the duo over to the irate mob from Uganda.
Chief anaongea akisema kwamba msiponichangia hiyo pesa, msiponichangia hiyo pesa nitarudisha watoto. Watoto ninarudisha. Watu wakaanza kumchangia pesa. Walipomchangia pesa, walimchangia tu shilingi 1,400 ya Kenya. Akakunywa maji kwa mdomo yake. Akatema kwa mikono na kusema kwamba muende na kisirani yenyu.
But when NTV contacted the chief, Gilbert Odera, he exonerated himself from blame, saying that he attempted to rescue the teenagers from the wrath of the Ugandans, but was overpowered by the crowd that had crossed over, baying for the boys' blood. The administrator further disclosed that he had received a call from the local council leaders in Uganda, informing him that the boys were wanted for torching houses and slaughtering cows on February 11th before crossing over to hide in Kenya, where their mother lives. Claims that have been vehemently opposed by the boys' relatives. Susan was once married in Uganda for 15 years to a Mr. Stephen Opoma from Kalait sublocation in Tororo district, but later separated with him and returned to settle in Kenya. She gave birth to the boys while in Uganda, but when she returned to Kenya, she left them under the care of their father. She says that her firstborn son, Paul, had completed senior school in Uganda and was in the process of saving funds for his college education. The younger son, Stanley, had dropped out of school due to lack of fees, even though his mother says that she was optimistic of enrolling him back to school upon admitting Paul to college.
Hata akaanza kusaidiana pamoja na mimi. Tuatoa hii mawe, gari kakuja wakaanza kugonga hata hiyo kokoto. Akasema kwamba mama tukiuza hii, tutatusaidia yako hii pesa. Twende wapi? Niende nifanye hiyo kozi.
The distraught mother is now demanding for justice and legal action taken against the perpetrators, including the area chief, whom she blames for arresting the two boys and handing them over to the Ugandans without following a proper extradition process. Oko Okusa, NTV.